Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to Clumsy Flying. I hope you guys can hear me. No worries, Practical. Thanks for dropping by. Thank you everyone for joining, and hope you can hear me because I just finished a massive Windows update. I think it's the one you guys were talking about. It wrecked my audio settings, so I had to revert everything. And hopefully it's working. Alright, great. Now, as you might see in the screen, we have a bit of conundrum in here. I made a bit of a boo-boo. Not really boo-boo, but I miscalculated. So I'm currently creating traffic. So this is world traffic screen you're seeing. This pop-up. This helps add planes on the map, but in order to do that, it has to generate some taxi routes. And the bigger the airport, the longer that takes. And this one is taking a very long time. It's been like 20 minutes now and still running. It should be done soon though, so we might have a few discussions before we fly. So we are flying from Frankfurt to Warsaw today, from Germany to Poland, and I'll tell you why. But before that, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining me. We have Jay. Thanks, Jay. Glad you made it. Scotsman, our Amster man. We have Practical. We have Alex. Thanks, man. And Thor. How have you guys been? Hey, Fasha. Thanks for joining. The Windows update messed with me. Yes, that's the one you were talking about. Yeah, I think I faced a lot of them already, but I think more to come. We will see. Trip to Bali was great. I told some more detailed stories in the last stream. You can check that out in YouTube. And I'll probably tell some of it as well today. But yeah, I have a new update for everybody. I might be flying to Warsaw mid-October if everything goes as planned. And this is why I am currently in Europe, well, in the sim, and that this is why we're flying from Germany to Poland to Warsaw, Frankfurt to Warsaw. Now, the ideal flight I wanted to take was from Doha to Warsaw, because that's the actual flight, the second leg that I will be flying. But when I took a look, I think it takes like 6 hours. So maybe not in the sim. Otherwise, we would have to really fast forward. But yeah, this one is closest because Frankfurt is that's the most familiar I'm with. That's relatively nearby. This is the flight that my colleagues often take, Frankfurt to Warsaw. So this is the closest thing I can do in the sim that has a bit of resemblance to real life. Sim Captain Mike, thank you for joining and thanks for following. Appreciate that. Doing good, doing good. Been okay, nothing too good, nothing too bad. Just steady. We like steady. I am... how do I answer? I am flying alone. But I'm meeting up with some colleagues when I land in Warsaw. Because a couple of my colleagues are based in Warsaw. Look at this. Explain is now complaining. Oh, you can't see it. If you look at the upper right, you might see a little bit of it. Your rendering options are too high. Minimum frame rate has not been achieved in over 16 minutes. And that's because this freaking ground calculation has been running for more than 20 minutes now. It's almost done though. 203 out of 246 routes. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, no Mrs. Clumsy, unfortunately. She has to work. She would love to come with me, but yeah, she has not enough leaves. Goodness, yeah, that was a massive Windows update. Actually, I'm not sure what changed. I don't really notice a lot of difference. There are a few minor changes, but I don't really notice like what's really happening here. I mean, you wrecked all of my stuff and I don't really feel a change. Your rendering options are always too high in the morning. That's very relatable. That previous video on YouTube answers the questions. What do you mean? Oh, and finally, if you guys are using headphones when you're listening to me, you might be hearing that irritating buzz, or you might have been hearing that irritating buzz when I stop talking. It should not be that extreme anymore. I finally found out the root cause. So there's still a bit of buzz there, and that's inherent with the mic I'm using. This Blue Yeti comes with that, but it should be minimal now. It was with my voice meter settings. The voice compression is not very much in line, very much compatible with that buzzing. You know, boys. If only. I think it will be very work intensive, but yeah, hopefully at night we can go out and I have a couple of colleagues I've never met before. Like, we've been working for years, but we've never met face to face. So it would be great to finally meet them. Maybe for optimization. You've missed a lot. We can fill you in. We have a lot of time to kill. That buzz happens to all mics. I don't know. Some people have a way of removing it, not me. So I can live with this kind of buzz. But maybe I can tell you the story because we'll have to wait anyway. Well, we'll do this a just chatting stream, right? Maybe let's replace that thing with. Let's remove that in the meantime. Let's get some Switzerland action in here in the meantime. You know, just for a bit of better view. And I'll keep you posted when it's done. So the reason I was getting humongous buzzing sounds was because of the compression settings. Compression, if I understand correctly, is a filter that levels the volumes that the mic is receiving. Like, it's trying to lessen the too loud sounds and it's trying to strengthen the too weak sounds. And if you can imagine, if there was a minimal buzzing sound and it's trying to strengthen that, then the buzzing sound will grow louder. And it makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. So when I remove the compression altogether, the buzzing minimized. So hopefully you don't hear it as much anymore, because it was really irritating me when I was using my headphones. The speakers, not as apparent, but if you're using headphones, you will really hear it. Still love the wallpaper. Me too. I still haven't found a replacement for it. It's been a year, I guess, more or less. I guess it depends on the settings. Maybe the settings in voice meter raises it, but based on experience, that's what it's doing. Where are the Bali pics? Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get a scenic enough picture to replace this one. There's a picture of a sunset. Maybe you can show some pictures, huh? How do I do that? We can load Discord in case people didn't see that. And you can join the Discord yourself. Just go to, well, !Discord. I should give you the link. I have one from Instagram. Yeah, sunset. But I don't know, it's not as good. Still, I'm not happy enough to replace this one so far. Where's that thing? So I was talking last time about the gateway to heaven, or gates to heaven. What do you call it, Jay? In Bali, the one where we took 4 hours in total to travel and line up, just to take a picture. That's this one. That's Mrs. Clumsy. That's me, and that's the gateway to heaven. There you go. This is what I posted in Discord as well. And if you want to check out the rest of the pics, they're in Instagram. Instagram.com/theclumsygeek. Try if that works. If that doesn't work, /theclumsygeekgaming. I can never remember. Yeah, it looks great. It's not as good the weather because it was cloudy that time, but yeah, I mean, the picture itself is great, and we had some friends taking the photo for us, so we didn't need to do a selfie. What else can I show you? Let me see. And you never even knew I went to Switzerland. I went there last year. Yeah, so not that recent. But absolutely loved it. But we later found out we were just very lucky. Maybe that's the reason why my colleagues from Europe were surprised we chose Switzerland as our destination. Because I guess it can be very, how do you say, unfriendly depending on which season you go. Mrs. Clumsy had her boss went to Switzerland as well, but I think it was middle of summer. It was super hot. I think it was just raining the entire time or something like that. So they didn't have fun at all. So completely different experience from what we've had, because we went during autumn. Because I wasn't born yet then. Yeah, in a way, that's true. Do I have pictures from where I live? I do. F1 in my city this week. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's F1 week. Yeah, I guess the airport activity would be pretty intense. All the tourists flying in would be interesting. Let me have a look. Oh my goodness, this is taking so long. Just chatting, stream for the win. 222 out of 246 routes. Frankfurt is intense. It does seem pretty realistic though, because when I was here, I can't remember when, last year I think. I think I told that story. It was a very busy airport, Frankfurt, and I got filtered. Let's say I got flagged. So I think they must have a rule. When I was passing through the airport waiting for my flight to go back to Singapore from Frankfurt in Germany, I passed through the security, right? And they ask you to remove your metal items and stuff. And then they asked me, do you have a laptop? No laptop. Fine, then go. Or I removed my laptop. And then they flagged me because I still had my Kindle inside my bag, and apparently when they said laptop, they meant Kindle as well. So they flagged me there, and then I also, how do you say, the alarm also went off, the metal detector, when I passed through, because my belt had a steel metal belt buckle, I guess. And so with those flags, I remember they asked me to go to a different room, and I think they swabbed me or something. It seemed like some kind of DNA test. See, maybe checking against any known databases or something. And before that, they did a very thorough inspection of me. You know, the physical inspection. And the German guys, they are very thorough. They're like, how do you say? Simply, I felt violated. So it was a very thorough inspection. You know, where you have your hands spread like that, and they'll do the inspection. Yeah, they inspected everywhere. And then after that, they got me to the other room and swabbed me or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was not a very pleasant experience. Cavity search, yeah. My bubble bursted. Pat down, yeah. Well, they patted me down real good. I do look pretty dangerous, yeah. Very suspicious looking. Did they put on the gloves too? Thankfully not. Maybe that was the next level. Oh, I wouldn't. That would have been very disastrous. Goodness. Oh yeah, that's right. I had one before. Picture from let me see, Singapore. Let me have a look actually. Maybe I can show something. Maybe we can change it. Let's do a slideshow simulator. Sorry about this, guys. I did not expect this to be this long. Jadar. Even I got that one. Okay. So what I can do is we can tinker around with these. So let me show you different images. That's the one from... wait a minute, before I change anything, that's the 2. That was the one before. That's a slightly... that's Google modified, Google enhanced night shot of... where was this? Robertson Quay or something? Somewhere in Singapore city center. That's what she didn't say. So yeah, so that's in Singapore. Some very nice sceneries there. And then I had... This one was in Japan. Wow, that's small. Let's adjust that. That's still small. That's me and Mrs. Clumsy. It's Mount Fuji. What else do I have here? I have this one from the Maldives. And I have... I think I haven't shown this one. This is like from 3 years ago. This is in Venice. Look at that pose. Model Clumsy. Goodness, that's my profile pic in Windows. Wait a minute. Let me check. What else do I have? Let me look for some Bali pics. Contemplative. Yeah. Slideshow simulator for the win. One sec, huh? Let me have a look at the photos. I look dangerous. I'll take that as a compliment. That was my tiger look. If only I can type with this yoke. Should have some photos. Wait, huh? Let me see. Oh yeah, this one. This one works. How about that one? I think that's what I shared on Instagram. That's the sunset in Bali. But I think I might have something more. Let me see. That one could work too. Have a good night, Practical. Sorry we didn't do any flying. Slideshow simulator for the win. Have a good rest. Good luck tomorrow. And this one was more like the panoramic view. It's a bit low res though, probably because it was dark. It's a bit, you see some artifacts in there. Thanks, Practical. Catch you next time. What else do I have? Pics from the flight. I showed that in IG, but maybe I show you the wait a minute, where was that? The glass in the plane was a bit foggy, but that was the view. That was the volcano that we passed through in our last stream. That was the main reason why I wanted to do that flight, because it looked so cool. That was the Mount Agung, I think. Yeah, aside from that, what else? That one, Google modified, Google enhanced photo. That was the volcano right there when we haven't reached it yet. The Pro Mods NL add-on. Oh yeah, that's the one. That's what I missed. Alright. I think enough of photo slideshow moments. Let me have a look. Go back to explain if it will allow me. Okay, 242 out of 246. Alright. We're getting there, guys. Let me give you a video of what can I give? Oh yes. I do have some videos here which I took in the Bali airport. This might work. Let me choose something. I was looking for something. Because we had a perfect view of the runway. So I was seeing planes take off and land all throughout. But I'm wondering if I got any interesting ones. Okay, maybe this one. Not really a landing video, but let's see. That was the plane that I rode on. It was an Airbus A320 Jetstar 1. You remember a volcano on the Canary Island? I don't want to remember that. Brings back bad memories. Yeah, so I had a perfect view of the runway. There we go. There, someone just landed there. And there was some movie playing in the background, of course. Let me give you a video of the takeoff. I think it might be this one. Yeah, that works. Okay, let's play that. That might be perfect. The traffic is generated, that's true. Some realistic sounds. Sorry for the foggy visuals. Man, but those are some eargasmic sounds, EVR sounds for the win. Oh yeah, traffic is generated, there you go. Some realistic graphics, and sorry, it's portrait because it was made specifically for IG stories. Sorry if it's getting too loud. Thanks for the host, Jay. And then you have this moment, there you go, when the engine suddenly from like a super loud engine sound and it throttles down. That's when you switch from max continuous thrust and pull the throttle back a bit to lever climb or something, right? In an Airbus. If you guys can still hear me, that is. I think I've gone deaf. Let me have a look at what X-Plane is up to now. Okay, it says generating ground routes. I think it's in its final phase. I hope so. Oh crap, we have one more airport. 5 out of 73. Because it generated ground routes for the source, for for Frankfurt. It's generating now for Warsaw. But in Warsaw it should be quicker. We are 13 out of 73 now. Now it's 16, so it's moving quite fast. All right, let's leave that there. What else can I show you? Goodness. By the way, did you guys see for our trucking friends there, did you guys see the video from SES? People are saying that's the Renault Range T teaser. I would have no clue because it's just engine sounds and a lot of smoke. And I'm absolutely clueless how to distinguish a truck or an engine based on its sounds. Oh, I think I have one interesting one here. A Renault blowing up? Well, it was not on Iveco, so I guess we can be a bit thankful for that. One minute, let me see. Picture screenshot streams. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for subs. Subway subs, that is. Let's do this one. This one is like 3 minutes, so we have a bit more time to kill. I really wish I put it in landscape now. Better viewing experience. Maybe I also turn down the volume a bit. There you go. Should have the volcano in sight soon. So you can imagine how I was looking like in real life. I had to take this video, right? So I was like all like twisted up and had my phone right next to the window. So I was like that for like 10 minutes. And Mrs. Clumsy would just be looking at me weird, like, what the heck are you doing? But yeah, it was worth it. It was, it's always one of the things I appreciate now that I'm getting into flying, flight sims. Before I would just like sleep when it's flying like this. Too bad most of the time I still fly at night because oh, this is the landing actually. This is in Singapore now. This is the landing. You see the shadow of a plane on the lower right side. Yeah, same here, Jay. Most of the flights I have are at night, so not very scenic. Because they're cheaper, so I get that one. But yeah, sometimes I get lucky and get a daytime flight, so I try to maximize it. Not too shabby landing, right? I can only wish that I can land as smooth as that. Speed brakes up. Reversers, I don't hear. I guess they didn't use them. Spousal confusion. It's a guy thing. Oh yeah. Very much so. Okay, I think so. I think you're right. There we go. We should have something where they welcome us. Let's wait till that happens. And then I'll switch back and hope that X-Plane is finally finished. I love the background sounds are so realistic, huh? So immersive. You can hear the mild chatter from the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Singapore. We have just landed at Changi Airport. We have made an on-time arrival. Local time now is 8 minutes past 5 in the evening. You may now use your mobile phones and tablets. However, your seatbelt must remain fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. Do pay attention to all announcements.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be realistic if no one was coughing. Or no baby was crying in the background. That's the only way it could be really realistic. I think that's it. Alright, good, finally. Alright, we are back. Thank you for waiting. There we go. We generated 5,140 flights. Goodness, max allowed from sliders 2.5. Okay. So, looks like everything got generated properly. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, very, very laggy. 25 FPS. Even without the traffic, it was a bit laggy already. We see some planes now. Oh, and yeah, we have Lufthansa livery. Very matching with where we are right now. That was not intentional, but it was very welcome. From what I see though, Lufthansa doesn't really have a 737. They have an Airbus A320 instead for the short haul flights, I think. But I mean, potato. Mostly I feel so sleepy while taking off or landing. Oh yeah. When I fly at night, I usually am asleep by the time the flight attendants do their safety instructions. I'm sleeping already by then. Thank you for following and welcome to the channel. And thank you for saying hello. Grandali, welcome to the stream. Just in time for finally flying. Goodness, very poor FPS though. So I wanted to fly. You heard the reasons why I wanted to fly to Poland today. But now I'm sharing some updates with the Zibo. So if you look on ground services, we actually have now a fuel truck and we can see that outside. So we'll do that and I'll show you how it works. So first things first, let me log this down. Let me save this so I can show it to you. All right. This is the 737-800. Yeah. But from what I hear, they are mostly the same. So one of the recent updates, and look at that, there are now failures. I have not tried to explore that yet, and this is not yet fully implemented. I think right now you can just turn that on and off. It's like, it's not random, it's not based on wear and tear, it's just mainly for simulating purposes. So I'm not sure where. Maybe Jay, you would have an idea, like what would be a nice failure to simulate here that we would see on the panel. You can just turn it on and off just to see if it's working. I think Electrics is working now. I'm not sure if the other two are. Let's open the doors first. Open the forward entry door. And put the air stairs down. There you go. Look at that beautiful view there. Also, I just saw a video. YouTube was pretty smart recommending a video to me. A guy who was doing, I forgot his name, doing explain videos. I think he was in VR. It looked so good. And it was not so shaky. So I guess he had some very good config settings with his headset. It was not like fidgeting all around. It was not, it looked so natural to the eyes and not dizzying at all. So I guess you can do that with a properly set up VR headset. Landing gear failure, that would be hydraulics, and flap failures. Ooh, how about the lights, like the buses? Transfer bus. So you wouldn't be able to start the ground power if you didn't have something here. I'm not really sure. Let's connect the GPU here. And let me open it up before we do anything else. Batteries and let's get some ground power in here. Let me turn off the music, alright? Yeah, me too. Absolutely love the 738. Especially Zibos. I'm hearing a plane. Looks like somebody's taking off. Or not. If you spot him, let me know, okay? Those are like hidden failures which are not visible. Ah, I see. I saw a screenshot once. I think it was like this one was lit up. Transfer bus off, I think. So he could not use the generator for it. I think something along those lines is what he simulated. Alright, let me open the chart here. Up one, go inside again. That one, Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot 2 Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. Alright. Fuel weight and balance. This is the cool thing here. Alright, so we need to change the payload. Payload should be 17.6 because we have 150 passengers and 2 tons of cargo. Realistically speaking, do you guys think 2 tons of cargo is too much? I don't have a clue how how heavy the people's bags are normally, collectively in a plane. Fuel should be 6.6. Okay, let's do that. And here, now you see, there's a different setting here. There's a required 6.6 is what we entered, but actual fuel is only 5.8. So it's not automatically triggering. And one prerequisite for that, if you want to try this out on your own, is you have to go to configure, realism, and the refuel time has to be real. If it's short, I don't think that will happen. I think the refueling will be instant if it's short. So refuel time has to be real. And now, right, so it's still 5.8. And then we don't see anything outside. Oh, there's the plane taxiing. So the ground routes generation was worth it. Nice. And now we call the fuel truck. And now it's there. Let's take some photos of this guy. I've seen some photos of this guy over at the Facebook community. Yeah, look at that pose. That's even better than my pose a while ago. Model shot right there. Maybe that's Jay. Probably not. Is that a Volvo? It is. Two tons is 2 truck trailer. Guesstimate should be heavy enough. Is it too heavy? I was just computing, like, if each passenger had like 20 pounds or 20 kilos of luggage, and then, oi, he's gone. No. Okay, so apparently it automatically disappears when you have. Okay, let's try changing it. Can I do that 3? All right. Can do it the other way around, like siphoning out fuel. Is that a thing? Let's call it. Just so we can take a photo again. There we go. It's laggy, but it looks so cool. I'll take it. There we go. How about we show the ground power unit, the stairs, and the fuel truck all in one. It's like the super package right there. There you go. That's a winner. Hey Sky, welcome back, man. How have you been? Just in time to do this. Can I change that mid? And can you change it? Will you start the fueling up again? 6.6 was what we need, right? 6.6 tons, yes, exactly. And if you double check that here, we are currently at 3070, and we should see that climbing bit by bit. There you go. See? That's pretty cool, right? That is pretty cool. Goodness. I wonder though, how does it work? Does anyone know? Can you actually refuel just on one side of the wing and it automatically transfers? I thought there was no transfer mechanism from wing to wing. Like, you can decide which part of the wing you'll be using up, but you can't do a transfer, at least not in this plane. So I was assuming there had to be a fuel tank as well on this other wing. Maybe that's a wrong assumption. Alright. Just one side is enough. Ah, interesting. Okay, I had the wrong assumption all throughout. Alright, let me move this here. My cheat sheet. My checklist. Wheel well lights. Steady should have been on. Let's turn on the electric hydraulic pumps. Emergency exit lights, fasten seat belts, and test the attend button. Mic, check it. Let's align the IRS. So the video I saw, so cool. It was like zooming in here, and you can notice that it was not using the mouse. So it was very organic movement, like having track IR. But in a very, I don't know, it was very organic. I'm not sure how it did it. I would love to replicate that. Like zooming in a very natural manner. All flaps, slats, indicators are okay. Usually fuel is loaded only on one side. They do have fuel opening on both sides. Yeah, I guess there is an opening there somewhere, huh? To allow the fuel to pass from one wing to the other. That would make sense. QNH here is, wow, it's quite cold, 11 degrees. Do we need anti-ice? I hope not. 11 degrees should not be that cold. Maybe if it's 10 degrees or lower. Right now, let's simulate it. Let's make this proper. Let's listen to the ATIS. ATIS should be 122.0 for ASXP.
Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot Airport information Kilo 0020 Zulu weather wind 357 at 7 visibility 10,000 sky clear temperature 11 dew point 5 QNH 1024 advise on initial contact you have in
1024. Wow, that's a very different number from what I'm used to. 1024, alright. Change the unit of measure, 1024. There you go. Both are connected in the center underbelly to allow for failures and for redundancy. Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. So we have the well, the crossfeed, I guess, would be, I guess that's where the crossfeed would come in. Okay. Let's double check that the takeoff warning horn is working. It is. GPWS test.
Slide slow. Pull up.
Let's go and schedule.
Wind shear.
Let's program the
Wind shear.
FMC.
Terrain.
Echo Delta
Pull
Delta Foxtrot.
Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
And I just realized this. So is it true everything, all the airports in Europe, well, the major airports would have E in the beginning? So that's Echo Europe, and then the second character would be the, I guess, the country, because here is D, Deutschland, and then in Poland you have P, Papa, for the second. And the third and fourth, I'm not sure. De Frankfurt. But it seems to make sense. Alright. Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. We are flight Clumsy 168 as usual. And right now, we have a virtual co-pilot. So apparently in Pilot to ATC, you can program it so that the co-pilot can answer and tune the radio frequencies for us, so we don't have to bear the brunt of the radio communications. So that would help us a bit in terms of workload, hopefully. Alright. Let me double check this with the chart. What route should we be taking? Departure via 25 left. SID would be Zulus 1 Foxtrot. Okay, so that would end us up in Zulus. From there, Lima 984 to Dopov. Then Tango 46 to Dokel. In Asia, this route would be very short. Not as many combinations. November 871 to Okeno, at least in the flights that we've done so far in Asia. And then Quebec 277 to Agava. And from there we join the arrival. Arrival would be runway 29. Now this runway does not have an ILS. Does have RNAV though, so we go with that. And we go, arrival would be Agava 4 Victor via Whiskey Alpha 731. based on pilot to ATC. Alright, let's double check the route. Yeah, that looks good. Let's activate that, execute. Okay. Right, perf init. 0 fuel weight. Reserves would be alternate plus finres would be 2.0, around 2.1 tons. Cost index would be 4.3 from there. Flight level, now we have a step climb again here. I still haven't studied how do you do a step climb in a 737 properly. What is the proper procedure and how you do that in pilot to ATC. But we did find a way of how it works. So how we do it, it's a bit crude, but it works. So how we do it is we first file the cruising altitude as 230, the first one mentioned here. And when we reach Oscar Kilo Golf, then we will request to ATC to climb to 350. Probably not the best way, but maybe pilot to ATC is not fully compatible with step climb, so we can work with that. Okay, top of climb winds would be 306 at 6.3 knots. Wow, very strong winds. +9. There you go. Wow, transition altitude 5,000. Very low here in Europe. Almost forgot that. Alright. Average winds. Let's go to top of climb here. Kibsa. So the average wind would be 296 degrees at 89 knots. Wow. Massive, massive winds. Also, you can see we have a second route now. Route 2. I don't think it's available yet. I don't think you can do it's programmed in yet, but I think it's a work in progress from Zibo. So he's really stepping it up now and adding more functionalities, not just stability improvements. Right. Let's get the fix in as well. Runway 29. Put that as a fix. Now if we are at 350, 70 times 3, 350, 105. I think we have to subtract the altitude of Warsaw as well. Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. 360 feet. That's minimal. That should be fine. That should be a good enough estimate. I think normally you would have to like your cruising altitude minus the airport altitude, and then that would be the one you multiply by 3, something along those lines. But let's just leave it. That should be close enough. Go. Fixes are okay. Cabin lighting is good. Let's go ahead and get the plane cleaned up. Not that one. Cargo and service doors. Start service cruise. From there, we on the yaw damper, fuel pumps. We don't have any fuel in the center pump and the center tank, so that's fine. Test the crossfeed. I'm very excited about the failures. That would make things a lot more dynamic, and you cannot just be chilling and ensure that everything is working fine. You really have to do the checks, even the fire alarms and all that stuff. Trim air. We would be cruising at flight level 350. And then the landing altitude was like 330 something, right? So we set that as 350. Is that correct? 360, yeah, that should be close enough. Alright, from there we can now turn off the wheel well lights. Assuming our co-pilot is done with the walk around. Flight director's on. Now we have to study the chart again. Actually, no. You have to go and study the airport. Elevation 354. Oh crap, I don't have the... how do I do it? Let me see. Oh, there we go, Navigraph. Put that here. Okay, good. Alright. So now we should have access to that again. Alright. There you go, that's the button I was looking for. So we need the airport. Actually it's 10-9. And then we need the departure, which is Zulu 1 Foxtrot. Zulus. Wow, so many. Goodness. Zulus 1 Foxtrot. There you go. How many runways does this airport have anyway? Wow, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Wow, look at that. Massive, massive airport. And we are smack in the middle. 25 left is this one here, so it's going to take a bit of taxiing and crossing the runways. Or actually we can go take Lima here. Yeah, so we will have minimal problems. I think we just mainly take Lima, then uniform. Anyway, alright, so SID, according to the departure, would be 110.2. Actually 115.9. Fred. 200 degrees. Okay, let's set that up here. Let me set up one with Fred and the next one here. Oh, Firstberg. Oh my goodness. The pronunciation ensues. 72. And then let me also plug that in here. 110.2. This one 115.9. I should say decimal 2, huh? Decimal 2. Because we're in Europe now. I should actually change pilot to ATC as well. And remember they have an option there, what they call decimal. One sec, huh? Let me see where that option is. ATC settings. Use decimal instead of point. There you go. It's just a checkbox in there. Just ban Nightbot. Nightbot is sleeping. There you go. Scotsman woke him up. Thanks. Runway heading would be 248 degrees. Let me see if that's consistent with the airport chart. Sometimes it's not. I'm not sure which one to follow. This one is 25 left, 248. Okay, so this time it's consistent. That's good. So what is this? 4.5. What is FFM? Oh, we have different TORs here. That's Frankfurt. That's Fred. I should have tuned to Frankfurt here. So Frankfurt should be 114.2. 114.2 rather. There you go. Is it tuned? That's Frankfurt. Foxtrot, Mike. And VR2 is not yet there. Okay. Maybe I should tune for Fred then. 4.5 miles from Frankfurt. Or 800 feet above. Whichever is later. We turn left to, I guess, intersect 200 degree. Let me read that. Usually they have a description, a written description. There you go. Climb on runway track to distance 4.5 Foxtrot or 800, whichever is later. Turn left towards RID. At 12, RID, turn left. 117, track to Amtex. So that's RID right there. Ah, this one. Okay, that point there. So that's 12 miles from RID. I see. So many VORs. Very interesting departure. It's basically just turning left, but it highlights, it specifies when exactly you turn left. It's very interesting to know. So let me plug in 112.2 here in the VOR. 112.2. So we should see RID there. Okay, perfect. DME 15.6. So at 12, we should, when that hits 12, once we take off, we should turn left. Turn left to... Wait. Runway track. That is 248 degrees. And then we turn left towards RID. And then once we are 12 miles away from RID, we turn left. Ah, okay, makes sense. Alright, let's double check that is indeed the plan here. Let's see how Zibo is interpreting that. That's the most zoomed in I can get. Let's plan it. Okay. I can't verify because I can't see the stuff, the VORs. Let me see. What is the angle here? Doesn't say what angle this is. We just track to RID. Sneaking a flask. Aitor. A drink before takeoff. Unfortunately, our drink provider, Jack, isn't here. You'll have to ask him. So 800 above, we turn left. Okay. Alright, we just follow that. That seems to be working fine. And then track to Amtex. That's the one we are familiar with. So all those things are based on VORs, distances and whatnot. Very interesting to fly that manually. Not sure I would have the capacity to do that myself though. Anyway. Let me see. Do we see that? One sec. Thanks. 800. Ah, there we go. So that's the runway heading until 800 feet. And then we turn left towards RID. And then when we are 12 miles away from RID, we turn left to... Where do we turn left to? This point here. 117 degrees track to Amtex. Ah, Okay, gotcha. So that one is the turning left. So that point, Delta Foxtrot 143 is probably where we reach 12 miles away from RID. That's when we turn left. And there we go straight to Antics. Yeah, who's slurping? I thought no one was drinking. Someone's sneaking in drinks here. Alright, that's looking good. Let's leave that as is. Alright, initial climb clearance would be 5,000 based on the SID. Set that to 5,100 because we don't have clearance yet. That 100 is just to remind us that we don't have clearance yet. Auto brake to RTO. Fuel flow is reset. We check the oil pressure. Looking good there. And now we can finally stop that slurping and start loading the passengers. Leave that open. Start the flight leg. Alright, let's double check the program here. Let me open the chart. So we arrive with 2.7 tons left fuel. 2.7 tons. Let's see what the FMC is saying. We arrive with 3.1 tons. Okay, that should be close enough, I guess. Ground distance is 585. If we consult the flight plan we have, ground distance is 586. Very close. Good. And expecting taxi route would be Lima. Turn left to Lima. Uniform or Tango, whichever. And then Sierra 3. Romeo 3. Let's see. We have a rough idea. Don't look at me. VORs are tuned. Good. Let's raise the stairs up. Double check the fuel is good. Close the doors. And do the welcoming.
Good afternoon, folks. From the cockpit, I'd like to welcome you on board.
Right.
We're ready up front. Everybody's closed up outside. We're just
Refuel
waiting,
weight we have
some
65.6.
of our performance numbers, and the clearance from air traffic control we should be underway. It's our pleasure having you on board with us today. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Should be underway here shortly. Thanks for flying with Delta there.
Do a bit of takeoff calculation. So that's 65,600. Echo with Delta Foxtrot. Runway 25 left. Give that to me in feet. That's what I understand. 010 to 5 knots. There we go. Wow. Are we? This might not be the best runway anymore. Winds might have changed. Actually tells us to go full here. No derate. No selected temperature. Oh, must be pretty heavy. And yeah, the winds are not really the best. Okay, fine. Let's follow that. Alright, let's execute. Outside air temperature is, wow, 8 degrees now. 26K. No selected temp, yeah. Flaps 5. CG 136, 138, 147. Yeah, close enough. And let's plug that in here. 147 V2 speed. Good. Alright. Let's close the door finally. We'll be able to take off. Start the APU. I love hearing those plane sounds in the background. Well, that's working. Hey, John Pilot. Welcome to the stream. Sorry. Term was caught by Twitch. Be on the safe side. Let us get the plan for the pushback. So we should be... actually, I don't think we need a pushback at all. Where are we facing anyway? Wait a minute. I don't think we need that. Let me double check. Yeah, we are facing the taxiway already. This should be Lima right here in front of us. That should be Lima. So we just go straight and then turn left. Right, no need for pushback. APU is ready. Let's activate it. Turn the APU bleed on, and now we can disconnect the GPU. Alright, no cut connections with electricity. That's always a good sign. And this one, let's sample the power of our co-pilot here. Let's let him request IFR clearance, and then also take care of the frequency changes for us, so I can focus on flying and enjoying the scenery.
Clumsy 168 ready to copy IFR clearance. Clumsy 168 is cleared to Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha, climb via the Sulu 1F departure, with the Sulu's transition, then is filed. Expect departure runway 25 left. Climb to flight level 100 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 6 minutes after departure. Squawk 3051. Clumsy 168 is cleared to Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha, climb via the Sulu 1F departure, with the Sulu's transition, then is filed. Climb to flight level 100 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 6 minutes after departure. Squawk 3051. Clumsy 168 read back correct. QNH is 1024 contact ground on 121.65 when ready for pushback. Have a good evening. QNH is 1024 ground on 121.65 Clumsy 168.
Nice. I love how it just does that decimal 65. And it should also switch us to 121.65. There we go, automatically. Great. Now, are we hearing any chatter on the air traffic control frequency? We should. Let's wait a few seconds, maybe. Or did I set that up wrong? There we go. That should be European versions. Let's request for engine start.
Clumsy 168 ready for engine start.
Clumsy 168 engine start approved.
Engine start approved. Clumsy 168.
Turn on our anti-collision lights to signal anyone that we are going to start to move soon. Turn off our packs. Love the sounds, absolutely. Start engine 2. Absolutely loving that humming. Oh, and by the way, this new button here, I was thinking it was climb rate, right? C/R. Apparently it's cancel recall. It's mainly used for if you remove any warnings from the DU, the display unit. I think when you press that, it would bring back those warnings, so it can like it's like the recall button here, but for the DU. I haven't used it yet, but I read that's the purpose. Engine 2 is good. Starter cut out. Let's observe this one. Oil pressure is climbing. N2 approaching 25. Engine 1 start, lever 2 idle. Music to my ears. Awesome. Starter cut out. We have 2 good engines. Why are these guys... I think they are using the other runway. Can we maybe do that? Let's see. If I tweak that one, if I go and select the SID, can I change that? If I pick instead runway 07, let's see what's the nearest one to us. One sec. Airport would be 07 center instead, because right now the winds are currently at I think we can just see that here. The wind is at 006, so it should be perfect for 07 runway, right? Yeah. So I think 25 is the wrong runway. Let's assume, let's put that complexity in, that we change the runway. Let's see if I can request a different runway. Request no. Let's see what is possible from pilot to ATC. Frequency change. Or do I just change the information? Active runway. Let's ask for the active runway.
Say active runway please, Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168 arriving and departing runway 07 left, 07 center, 07 right.
Yeah, that one. So it's 07, so I should actually choose a different one. Why did they give us this flight plan? How do we change? I want to change it. I can easily change the flight plan, but I want to request it with ATC. Make it realistic. Open flight plan, is that what you use that for? Let's say takeoff. Ready for departure? Not really that one. Okay, let me just change this here. 07 center. Is there still a Zulu's departure? Zulu 1 Delta to Zulus. Okay, it's still there. Let's change it like that. That will change all of our VORs and frequencies though, and the courses. But that should work. Let's file that. And then let's maybe request for IFR clearance again. Let's go back to clearance delivery. Switch that.
Clumsy 168 ready to copy IFR clearance. Clumsy 168 is cleared to Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha, fly the Zulu 1D departure, with the Zulus transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 07 center. Climb to 4,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 5640. Clumsy 168 is cleared to Echo Papa
Very
Whiskey
different.
Alpha, fly the Sulu 1D departure, with the Sulu's transition, then as filed. Climb to 4,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 5640.
Zulus 1
Clumsy
Delta.
168 read back correct. QNH is 1024 contact ground on 121.65 when ready for pushback. Enjoy your evening. QNH is 1024 ground on 121.65 Clumsy 168.
And now our clearance is down to 4,000 feet. Okay. 115.9 Fred. That one. Okay, that looks okay.
And Michelle, okay, Mike Yankee?
068.
We're going to be changing aircraft here. This one is...
Thor's still waiting for his drink. I know, right? Sorry for the long delay, guys.
So cancel domestic clearance and we'll be in touch again in a little while. Mike Yankee, that's all coming in.
Okay, this should look... This is a simpler departure, looks like. 86 rather.
Request permission please to relocate down to stand 9 please under tow.
Okay, we'll take that.
Victor India, push and tow is approved to stand 9 and report on stand. Firm tow is approved, will
114.2 actually. Oh, I'm so confused. Let's just leave that there. That's for backup anyway. Hopefully we wouldn't need to do that. But what we need to do is... Oh, crap. We need to change this one altogether. Because we need to change that. 07 center, Zulu 1 Delta. And then we'll need to do the takeoff things again. Let's have a look at the legs. Akolo, Octom, Zulus. Let's take a look at the route. Zulu 1 Delta. Did it change? Zulu 1 Delta to Zulus, then Lima 984 to Dopov. Yeah, that should be good. There's no need for any discontinuity there. Clear. Del rather, delete the discontinuity. No, clear, clear, clear. There you go. That should be good. Alright, let's double check that here. Yeah, that's the one. So if you look at the steps, there you go. Alright. Perfect. Okay. What is that problem? No, it's not lit up. Okay. We're burning fuel all this time. So we have the engine already started. But we have not yet switched to the bus, the generators. There we go. APU can go off. Engine start to continuous. Oh, and all this time we didn't have air conditioning. My bad. Everybody's perspiring now. Whoops. Alright. Takeoff flaps. Flight control. Looking good. Rudder left, right, and recall. There you go. Okay. Tax-free bag. Okay, let's go and request.
Clumsy 168
Taxi.
ready to taxi.
Clumsy 168 taxi to runway 07 center via taxiways November, Lima, Hold short runway 07 center.
Taxi to runway 07 center via taxiways November, Lima, hold short runway 07 center Clumsy 168.
November and Lima, that's weird. You can go straight to Lima. November is at their backs. Alright. Let's do that then. Oh, that's Ryanair. Requesting something from air traffic control. Good, finally. Thank you for the wait, guys. Oh, and crap, I forgot to do the checks again.
You may have to wait until your oceanic clearance comes through. If you're happy with that,
Ah, there we go. Now we can derate. Let's see if I can change still the numbers here. This is Lima. Just going to turn right here. Need a drink. Lemonade? How about some coffee? Oh man, coffee. Can never go wrong with coffee.
Our oceanic is being rejected because we've had an aircraft switch. I think Echo Juliet is still in the system. Can we get the HF?
Let's take it slow here, because I need to tinker with this one.
We were actually just discussing that with you, that we found a new plan for you.
Menu, FMC, index, perf, and one limit. That's the one I'm changing. Rate to 22k, and selected temperature is 59 degrees. Yes, verify takeoff speeds. Where are we now? Wait a minute, let me go back. Okay, we're still relatively in the center line. Let's go slow there. Flaps 5. It would be 143. 143 VR and 144 V2. There you go. Okay, we're set. We are set. Now if you double check that, in here we would see 59 degrees selected temperature, and then the derate. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now we can really taxi in earnest. Look at that guy. Beautiful. Beautiful. Is there any other plane taxiing, by the way? We're blocking or something. No, thankfully not. Otherwise it would be a real disaster. Too fast. And then let's stay in the center here. He might be speeding a bit. No one's looking anyway. Is that British Airways? It looks like it. Oh, look at that. There's a plane that's landing. You see, guys? There it is. Actually, two of them. That's pretty cool. Looks amazing. Plane spotting for the win. Actually, is there one there? Oh, that's just some lights.
Good morning,
Absolutely love this world traffic though, especially in busy airports like this. Feels so real. Fasten seatbelt sign is on, yes, from the beginning. Yeah, we always have that on in the beginning. What I did forget though is the cabin lighting. Takeoff. And there we go. Look at that beauty. See how good he is at landing. Ooh. I'll take that probably. I think this is us. Should we be this one or the other one? Actually, you know what? I'm not sure. What did it say? 07 center. Lima. November Lima. Well, this is still Lima, I think. Yeah, that one there at the end. Or did I think I passed through it already. This must be it. Let's go with this one. The taxi routes aren't exact, but they should be good enough. This is Lima 221. Yeah, we'll take that. Now that was the whole short line for the category 2 and 3. So when there's like a storm, that's the whole short line. But there should be another one here, closer to the runway, when the weather is good. Let's get the weather radar in here. Airport. Co-pilot side, let's turn on terrain. TARA on the transponder. That's the one. That's the
Clumsy
whole
168
short
cleared
line.
to cross runway 07 center contact tower on 118.77. Today.
Cleared to cross runway 07 center tower on 118.77 Clumsy 168.
And then he'll do that switch for us. But I think we will need to request the takeoff on our own. Ready for departure. Okay, say
Tower
it.
Clumsy 168 ready for departure runway 07 center.
Clumsy 168 winds are 358 at 6 knots cleared for takeoff, runway 07 center.
Nice.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 07 center Clumsy 168.
Perfect. Let's throttle up to 40% N1. There we go. And once we hit the center line, we'll go Toga. Is there no one landing? Interesting. Would have thought there was someone. No, it looks like there's no one. I was expecting to be like number 2, number 3 and take off. So it looks like we have it all on our own. Here we go. Push Toga. Oh, I can feel the frames. Or the lack of it. There is a plane that's coming across at me. That darn guy, look at that, there's a crossing plane right there. I hate it. Well, I think he's passing us. Cutting it close though. Bit of aileron deflection to the left. Rotate. Step right, gear up. Boss. One sec, because I have to take a photo of that beautiness. Beautiness, is that the term? Yes, it is. I'll make it a term.
Hello, Ryanair 21 uniform taxiing Alpha 17. Hold
Look at that beauty.
21 uniform taxi Alpha, line up runway 17. Taxi Alpha, work out, line up 17, Ryanair 21 uniform.
Indeed. Very, very nice. I do want that view from below as well. Yeah, that one. It's awesome. Alright, happy with that. Oh, look at that.
400.
Beautiful. Let's turn autopilot so we can do a bit of sightseeing. Speed bug up to the up face. Looks beautiful. Start retracting our flaps.
1000.
It's a bit laggy, but the scenery is worth it. Bye, Germany. See you soon. Look at that VOR lining up perfectly with that next waypoint. Exactly where it should be. Flaps up. VNav. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that view, guys. Look at that view. Oh my. How can you resist taking a shot at that? Lovely. Okay. Bridge shot equivalent. Exactly. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better.
Clumsy 168, climb and maintain flight level 110.
Climb and maintain flight level 110, Clumsy 168.
Yeah, that co-pilot's really helping a lot with the workload. I don't have to busy myself so much with all the complexities.
Clumsy 168, contact Frankfurt radar director on 118.5. Enjoy
Ooh,
your
we
evening.
also have a radar director
Radar
here.
director on 118.5, Clumsy 168.
Looks like we have some planes as well near us. So he'll take care of switching the
Radar
frequency
director Clumsy 168
and
climbing
reporting.
to flight level 110.
Clumsy 168, good evening. Radar contact. Clumsy 168, slow to 220 knots or less.
Wilco Clumsy 168.
220 knots. Okay. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Imagine you just took off and paused the game for screenshot, but you're an MP and others see you stuck in the air without any movement. Oh yes, very true. Oh, forgot to switch to standard. Very different here. And now we can, after takeoff checklist, landing gear off, auto brakes off, terrain radar can go off as well. Looking good. Let's focus on the SID. Alright, it's more like it. You should see some traffic to the left here, but it's very hard to see them, huh? There was one right next to us a while ago, like less than 10 miles away. What's the max here? Max is 220 knots indeed, and the FMC was not able to capture that. But the ATC did, interestingly enough. Let me see, that's quite interesting. That should be here. Oh yeah, it's not. Cool, okay. That one we missed. See some guys up ahead as well. Oh, by the way, yes, these are ortho photos. So I downloaded some ortho photo scenery throughout the night. I left the PC open so we can get some nice views below. At some point it runs out because I was not able to fill everything with ortho photos. It takes too much time. But I think it gave us a very nice peek. Beautiful. Is there traffic on the roads too? There is sometimes. I think not from this distance though. I don't think the cars are being rendered. They have some very funky movements though.
Clumsy 168, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, contact Frankfurt Center on 127.6. Have a nice day.
Center on 127.6, take care, Clumsy 168.
Very good. Is that when your Windows updated? It was after,
Center,
so
Clumsy 168,
everything was more
climbing to
stable
flight
then.
level 190.
Cabin pressure looks good.
Clumsy 168, good evening. Radar contact.
Just going to release the passengers. And recall. Looking good. Heading bug. Now when can we safely go past. I think we could go past already because it says max 220 knots in turn. Speed is max 250 knots below flight level 100. Yeah, or as mentioned by ATC. So now we should be able to just go as fast as we can. It would be a shame not to. There we go, that's more like it. There are a few clouds there, minimal clouds. Otherwise, the landscape looks really good. Now, what I am thinking of is in the charts, it does say that we have a step climb to flight level 350. When is that? Let's have a double check here. Top of climb. That's 230. And then oh, we have like a, yeah, here after Cheb OKG Scar Kilo Golf we start climbing to 350, and that's not going to take for a while yet. That's past Prague actually, so we have quite a way to go still. Beautiful scenery in here. It's a bit foggy, but looking pretty cool. Yeah, that's the view. That's the perfect passenger view. Or here would be nice as well. Right. Beautiful. Nice. What time is it anyway? Local time is, I think, 6 p.m. So it should be getting pretty dark soon. What's interesting though is that I'm getting really bad frame rates, and I'm wondering if this has anything to do with the Windows update. Or maybe it's because I'm flying here in Germany, which has a very different like mesh or something from Asia. Maybe more complicated mountains in the modeling. Usually I would get much better performance than this. Let's have a look at this one. This one is, we can actually use this as well. After takeoff, auto brake off, flaps up and no lights. Yeah. Altimeters are set. Engine start switches.
Clumsy 168, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Climb and maintain flight level 240, Clumsy 168.
There you go. That's our cruising altitude. Wait a minute. This is 230. Rip. Yeah, it should be 230 with the direction we're headed. Why did I say 240? Clumsy 168 requests climb to flight level 230.
Clumsy 168, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Clumsy 168.
Yeah, I think I put the wrong thing there. Yeah, let's put that here. Now, what did I program here in the FMC? Climb 230. Okay, so it was just in the pilot to ATC client that I put the wrong thing. So by the time we reach Warsaw, it might be actually very dark. We'll see. It might be a night landing. Oh goodness. Not even sure what to do with that. How's our temperature? Negative 12 degrees, but no visible moisture, so no need for anti-ice. Should be good there. How long is the flight time? Good question. What does it say in the TTG? In your screen, lower right.
1,000 to go.
Should be around 2 hours, if I remember correctly. But we might have to fast forward a bit. 1 hour, 1 minute. Actually, that's just perfect timing, right? We should be landing right on time then. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, that should be just right. Time to go. 1 hour. Okay, that's perfect. We're cruising now? We are. Okay, we can switch the lights. Let everybody relax. Just don't hit that failures. We don't want that in the middle of the flight. And we have leveled off everybody. Look at that beauty. Am I on real date? No. Because right now in Germany, I think it should be around, what, 3:46 a.m. In the sim, we are currently at 7 p.m. I guess. Let's double check. This is UTC. That's what is that? That's local time. Oh, that's a date. Oh, that's the... Oh, that's UTC, okay. There you go. But it is today. I think it is. If not, a few days ago. Yeah, should be very nearby. Are you thinking about the time of day? Like the sunset? Looking good. No warnings whatsoever. Panels are not lighting up. Oh man, that is beautiful. Should be daylight in an hour in Poland. Oh, 7 p.m? Wait a minute, how does that work? You mean sunrise at 7 p.m? Solus, that's the end of the departure. Isn't it? Yes, Solus. So in terms of the map, we are currently if I can find it, passing. Sundown is going to be 9 to 10 p.m. Ah, okay, wow, that's very late, huh? Goodness. I'm still not used to the variations in the sunrise and sunset in different countries. Here in Singapore, it's always around 7:30 p.m. all throughout the year. Can you load? Thank you. That's Frankfurt, where we came from. We'll be passing through Praha. Might drop by the SES office. Take a look at the Renault Range T that they're cooking. Yeah, we're going to pass by Praha. And from there, we should be halfway through to Warsaw, looks like. Frankfurt is over here. Prague is over here. Warsaw is over there. So around almost halfway point would be Prague. Alright. But now we can relax. Now we can do some stories. Not sure if I have any stories to tell though. What's been happening with you guys? Have you guys been trucking? I'm absolutely loving the Grand Utopia map though. 1.5.5. I was able to do a silent trucking video yesterday. Apparently just look at the smoke. Oh, that's true, yeah. Maybe we can also hear the engine from there. 1 second, turn off track IR. What is my flight plan for IRL? So mid-October would be the flight. It would most likely be with Qatar Airways. So there will be a stopover in Doha. I think you call it Hamad International Airport. I think I've been there once. Can't remember though. But yeah, it's the only humane flight I'm seeing. The flight I want is like 15 hours. The others are like 24 or 36 hours. I guess massive layovers, massive gaps in between the flights. Unfortunately, my company has a very strict policy. You can only fly economy, no matter how long the flight is. They said at one point in time, the policy was you could go business class depending on the length or the duration of the flight, I think. But yeah, I don't think that's the case anymore. I'm sure that's not the case anymore, and I'm not sure if they'll ever bring it back. Lonely, Kulok. Let's go and check the chart here. Lonely, there you go, Kulok. So after Prague, Lima, Kilo, Alpha, Alpha. Once we reach Cheb, what's OKG? 115.7. Let's go and track that. 115.70. So we know exactly when we'll start the step climb. We can track it already. We're actually 51 miles away from there, so that's not far at all. If I zoom out, we should be able to see it. Yeah, that's the one. Cool stuff. What's that sound? Just someone requesting for more drinks, I think. It is starting to get pretty dark though. I think we'll have to light up our panels here. From Doha directly to Warsaw, yes. How do I hide that? There you go. And over here as well. There you go. Now we're ready for the night. So from Singapore to Doha, then Doha to Warsaw. It should be around 15 hours in total. And the Doha is right in the middle of Singapore and Warsaw. Almost there. So it should be around, I don't know, 7 hours, I'm guessing. 6 hours, 7 hours each leg. Oh, look at that view. Beautiful sunset. If only there was a bridge here. Could take some decent photos. You don't often do flights at night, huh? Because I'm always scared to fly at night. Remember the time we did that way back a few months ago? Oh, that's an airport right there. And I was flying, I think was it the Cessna or the Baron B58? We were flying at night and I landed in a street somewhere. It looks like a nice city. Wonder what that is. On our right, that should be this one. I think that's Nuremberg. Yeah, it is. Seems like it. No wonder. Looks humongous. Lots of clouds here. I wonder why we need the step climb for anyway. Because normally you would do that if you're like heavy or something. But I mean, we don't have enough. We don't have too much fuel. We do have a lot of passengers. Maybe it's the winds. I don't know. Speaking of winds, let me plug that in while we have some downtime in here. There you go. Open that. Plug that in. Descent forecast. Three 330. And actually, you know what? No, that's right. 310. Descent in here. 350, 310, and 200. 287 at 78 knots. 284 at 82 knots. Oops, not 822. That might be disastrous. 296 at 48 knots. Okay. And then we'll fill out the QNH later as we get nearer, so it's more accurate. Can it be because of air traffic? It could be realistically, but I don't think when you do the flight plan that gets taken into account, like in SimBrief. In reality, I'm not sure. But in SimBrief, I doubt that it would reflect any visibility on the available flights. We do see someone on our right. Well, at least on the radar. But we don't have visibility here. Frame rate is getting better, bit by bit. Still not as good, but not that bad anymore. Man, look at that city below. It's beautiful, huh? How far are we? We should be nearby. 11 miles away. Okay. Let's see how I can properly request this. Now it's getting dark. We'll see if when we reach Poland it becomes lighter again. I'm a bit doubtful. But yeah, we'll see. Actually, we should be able to check the date. Only the time, not the date. Maybe over here. Customize September 12. Yeah, last week. Yeah, 1 week ago. Should be close enough. Oh, and yes, going back to the Grand Utopia thing. So yesterday I had a bit of challenge with the recording. Not the recording itself, but finding the schedule for it. Became a bit hectic with work. My morning got filled with work instead of recording. But I was able to make up for it. Oh, and did we pass it already? We passed it already. Yeah, so if you look at the distance, that's now growing. Cool. Alright. Let me request that. Center Clumsy 168 request. Center Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, this is center, go ahead.
Oh, nice.
Clumsy 168, contact prog control on 118.37, have a good evening.
And then like that they
Center
throw me
on
off.
118.37 Clumsy 168.
No requests allowed. Okay, let's wait for him to...
Center Clumsy 168 at flight level 230. Clumsy 168, good evening. Radar contact.
Clumsy 168 request.
Clumsy 168, say again.
Center Clumsy 168 request. Center request. Clumsy 168. Clumsy 168 request.
Clumsy 168, say again.
Clumsy 168 requests climb to flight level 350.
Clumsy 168,
There we
climb
go.
and maintain flight level 350. Climb and maintain flight level 350, Clumsy 168.
Wrong window. Alt in. There we go. Start the climb. Now you just need a drink. The hidden roads in the new part of Grand Utopia. Oh, I haven't seen that. Okay, we have to do a bit more exploring. Well, actually, I just did the silent trucking because in the morning I couldn't do anything, but at night Mrs. Clumsy had to work a bit, so I got a bit of time and I was able to record the silent trucking episode. Absolutely love the new areas. I think there's also some new areas in Maltaire, huh? Maltaire. There's this beautiful, like, narrow roads inside the city, in the city center. Looks like we'll be passing through some moisture in here, some clouds. Let me just play it safe. Turn on anti-ice till we get past this bit here. Yeah, it's the 1.6 will be available to everybody, but 1.5.5 is donors only, donors, however you call it. I was actually surprised that I got a copy. I didn't realize that the donation I did was long lasting. I thought it was only for the first exclusive release. Yeah, it's a very common practice nowadays. A little bit halfway between freeware and payware, donationware. That gives you exclusive or extra stuff. Very smart actually. So you can wait and get it for free, or if you want earlier access, you can pay a little. We do have a bit of tailwind, that's good. 30 knots. No, actually 50 knots. Wow, almost 50 knots because we have like 98 knot winds here. Goodness. So it must be pretty crabby, huh? Yeah. Looking pretty crabby. 1.6 will be free. But yeah, just masterful work there. Yeah, look at this. The heading is right there. What is that? 48 degrees, but the track where we're going is 59. That's how skewed we are because of the massive winds in here. 101 knots. I haven't seen that for a while. properly dark. Actually, I wonder if X-Plane has that set up, if it adjusts the daytime based on the time of year, based on where you are. I'm guessing it does. I would find it hard to believe not if it doesn't. Let's have a look at the next VOR. Let me see. OKG, that's the one. I don't think we have any other VORs nearby. Yeah, let me just load those so we're ready. Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. Warsaw Chopin. That's the pianist, right? I remember we went to the park there. But of course I forgot all the history already. Agava for Victor. That's the one. Agava for Victor. Actually, before I do this, let me double check what the weather is over there in Warsaw. If we even have a chance of using the same runway. Partly cloudy. Okay, that's good. Winds are 270 at 13 knots. 270, that's perfect because we have runway 29 planned. Okay, perfect. So we can continue with this approach. RNAV 29. Not arrival, approach. RNAV 29. Get me a diagram of the airport. 10-9 and also the parking gates, parking stands. Perfect. Right, arrival, it's a bit weird. Well, not really. Makes sense. Okay, like a line in an amusement park where you zigzag. That's probably going to be very conducive for multiple planes. Agava is where we'll be coming from. Maximum 280 knots, above flight level 190. Okay, let's let the air traffic control guide us there. This would be the approach, so we would be coming from the southeast, headed 290 degrees. $3,000 will be the final approach fix. What is the missed altitude? Missed approach altitude. Whiskey Alpha 412. I don't think you climb anywhere. Oh, interesting. Maybe it's just 3,000. Where do you see that? Is it with the MSA? No clue. Best approach. Climb straight ahead on 289 degrees. That's this one. To Whiskey Alpha 412, climbing to 3,000. There we go. 3,000 indeed. Same as the final approach fix. Okay. But because we are doing this RNAV, when we do the approach, we should be lowering the altitude selector to the minimums, which is in this case, refer to minimums, decision, altitude. I always forget which one this is. I think that RVR is runway visibility, something along those lines. So if it's foggy or not. No. Because you have the lower it is, the lower the minimums. The higher it is, the higher the minimums. LNAV, VNAV, I think is what we need. It depends on the plane you're flying. So we set up. I have no clue. Let's just get 640. It shouldn't be that big of a deal right now, since ideally, well, it is night. We'll see. We'll just wing it. That's the professional way of doing this. Oh my goodness, it's properly nighttime now. I'm scared. 0.77 map. 0.78. Looking good. How's our progress doing? 2.9 exactly, the same as in the chart.
Clumsy 168 contact Berlin Center on 125.8. Enjoy your evening. Center on 125.8 Clumsy 168.
Still in Germany, huh? Love seeing those
Center
lights,
Clumsy 168 at
lights.
flight level 350. Clumsy 168, good evening.
Look at that view.
Radar contact.
It's like having two worlds in one view. Night.
Clumsy
and day.
168 contact prog control on 118.37. Have a nice day.
That's a squid.
Center on 118.37 Clumsy 168.
Yeah, those lights beautiful. I'm not sure if there's a mod though
Center
to
Clumsy
highlight
168
that,
at flight level 350.
make that stand out even
Clumsy
more.
168, good evening. Radar contact.
Maybe it's because autumn is approaching fast. Maybe they don't have that long, that far away sunsets anymore. Not late sunsets anymore. Right, let's have a look. The arrival. Any VORs we can tune into? There is one here. How do you read as OKG? 113.45. That's the airport UR. We can do that. 113.45. It is 113.45. I think it might be too far for that still. Yeah, can't see it yet. And that should be, I guess, the runway heading 290. So the course, let's set that 290. Alright. Are those clouds? Yes, they are. How do you see clouds at night? And do we need anti-ice still? I don't think so. But yeah, at night, how would you know if you're passing through clouds if you can't see anything? How would you know when you need to like enable anti-ice? It's a bit tricky, huh? Unless there's like an instrument indication of the lights, of the clouds rather, how cloudy, how the moisture is outside. Let's see what we can see from inside, from the back here. Lovely, look at that. Let's take a photo of that. Actually, I'm interested in this experiment. Normally, I think they open the wing lights mainly for checking for icing conditions. So if you open that wing and go here, yeah, you see it clearly here. And I guess from there you will be able to notice if there's icing. But I'm not sure how the pilots will do that. I mean, they don't have visual. They don't have visibility in the wings from here. Maybe they just go to external view. Okay, progress check. 133 miles away. Top of descent at 17:55 Sugru, so that's in 14 minutes. And we should be arriving at the airport 18:33, so that's less than an hour from now. Is that consistent with the time to go, guys? What does it say? Actually, that might be a bit late, huh? You might have to speed up a bit. This time to go is saying what, 37 minutes? Alright, thanks Thor. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Catch you next time, man. Time to go is 27 minutes. That's very different from here. I guess that's mainly because with the maybe this. Yeah, that makes sense. The time to go is based on a straight line and based on our current speed, but it doesn't really know that we have a SID to follow in the other waypoints. So that might be inaccurate. So that might mean we need to speed up in order for us to make it in time. So let me go 4x here.
Clumsy 168, contact Warsaw Center on 127.45. Have a good evening.
Nice.
Center on 127.45, Clumsy 168. Center Clumsy 168 at flight level 350. Clumsy 168, good evening. Radar contact.
Okay, that should speed us up a bit. Once we get to 40 miles away from top of descent, I'll bring back normal speed. In the meantime, I guess what we could do... Imagine if we go that fast, huh? 4 times ground speed is what? 0.7 times 4 is 2.8, 2.9 Mach. So that's almost like three times the speed of sound. If you could ever do that in reality someday. Goodness. That would be fun. Now here, let's plug in, because I'm not sure how to read this. Let's plug in 680 to be on the safe side, right? 680. Oh, it's so hard to adjust. There's the fix, the 105-mile fix. Let's see how far away the actual top of descent is. It is quite there. Okay, let's slow down. Actually, it's 65 miles still. And with pilot to ATC, top of descent is still 90 miles actually, so way later than us.
Clumsy 168, expect the AGAV-4 Victor arrival with the Agava transition for the RNAV approach to runway 29 with the WA731 transition at Chopin after Gagas cleared direct Agava. Expect the AGAV-4 Victor arrival with the Agava transition for the RNAV approach to runway 29 with the WA731 transition after Gagas cleared direct Agava. Clumsy 168.
After Gogo's direct Agava, yeah, that's fine. That's exactly what we have in the flight plan already. Alright, slow down. Let's go and calculate what we need to calculate here. So let me see. In terms of progress, we are 3.6 right now. Will be 2.8 by the time we arrive in Warsaw. So that's 0.8 difference. So that's 61.8 tons when we land. Those are the speeds. Let's get in the landing calculator in here. Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. Runway 29.
Clumsy 168, descend to cross Agava at flight level 180, then descend via the AGAV-4 Victor arrival with the Agava transition to 3,800 feet. QNH is 1006 at Chopin. Will cross Agava at flight level 180, then descend via the AGAV4 Victor arrival with the
180.
Agava transition to 3,800 feet. QNH is 1006 Clumsy
one.
168.
Okay, and then we descend until 3,800 feet. Alright, so that would change our top of descent. That would make it a bit earlier. Alright, cool. Okay, we'll do. Okay, let's continue with the calculation here. 61.8, 61,800, runway 29. Let's get the weather and calculate. Flaps 30, VREF is 144. That's accurate here. VAP is 149. Now auto brake wise, I think we need auto brake 3 here. Let me have a look at the runway. Runway 29 is this one here, and looks like, I guess, no, I think we can actually reach the end here. There's no turning off unless we go that way. Auto brake 2 maybe should be enough. With auto brake 2 we require 6,800. We have 2,000 feet left. That's like what, I don't know, 3/4 of the runway. So we stop right there. That might actually be just enough. Yeah, let's go auto brake 2. Auto brake 2 it is. Alright. Looking good. Flaps 30 has been selected. We need a glide slope, bro. Glide slope. Yes. Okay. Let's go and change the lighting. Get our passengers ready. Wake them up. We are starting our descent soon. Do we need to fasten seat belts? Yeah, I think we could do that soon. Alright. Set our altitude to 3,500 so that we automatically start our descent by the time we reach top of descent. No, that's actually 3,800. 3,800, yeah. And QNH is 1006. We won't need to switch to local altimeter until the last moment, because in Europe they have very low transition altitudes. Let me double check. Let's double check the arrival. Transition level by ATC. Interesting. There's no normal transition level? I'm not sure how that works actually. Transition altitude is 6,500. Okay, let's do that then, based on this. There we go. Starting our descent. And it says drag required. Is it really? No, shouldn't be. Headlights. Later we'll turn them on. When we're at 10,000 feet. Do you see any clouds? Not really. Yeah, I don't think we need that. So let's see, what does this say? Diesel. Yeah, Agava at flight level 180. That's what we programmed in the FMC. Looks like it is planning for that. Looking good. And look at that tailwind. 100 knot tailwind. Goodness. That's amazing. Okay, looking good there. Continuing with our descent. We are a bit fast, but nothing major, I think. Let's have a look at the arrival. Agava max 280 knots. We do need to decelerate. We'll zoom in a bit here. Yeah, we still have time though. We can leave this for now. We do have somebody nearby. Dang it. Right in front of us. Where? You guys see anybody? Yeah, traffic. Look at that. You see any blinking aside from us?
Traffic, 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 clear of traffic, 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 traffic.
On the right side it says. Absolutely pitch black. I can't see anything.
Clumsy 168, you have traffic at 3 o'clock 1 miles at flight level 270.
We are looking. Clumsy 168. No, don't see anybody. Okay, Agava reaching soon. Okay, we need speed brakes now. And I have my hand on the speed brakes, as with standard practice, so we don't forget that we have them enabled. Where's the diesel point? We should have a diesel point in here. Let me double check. Flight level 180 supposedly. 280 below, yeah, that's properly set up there. Okay, stowing speed brakes. Do we see ourselves here now? Yes, we do. Nice. It's very different from here. Flight level 190, but what ATC gave us was 180. That's fine. Can change that. Mashovici. I don't know. Just imagining how to pronounce that with all the special rules. Maybe not so special for them. Oh, there's the diesel point. Last minute diesel. There we go, now we see it clearly. This is quite scary. Landing with minimal visual cues. But let me double check that we're not passing through any clouds first. I don't really know. Is it just their practice to enable anti-ice when they're doing when it's like this? When it's night? just to be on the safe side, and they have cool temperature outside. I have to look into that. Looks like we will be chilling out at flight level 180 for a while, right before Elkir, where we start our descent again. There we go. Descent has started and descent has stopped and our airspeed is falling right at 280, right on the money. Amazing programming by Zibo there. Cool stuff. 170. At least we'll be able to see how the runway lights look like. We'll see how much of a different feel it gives. Yeah, so we turn left here, and I think we loop around a bit. Yeah, turn left, turn right, and turn left again. This is a very long-winded SID. I wonder if we can make a shortcut. Normally, because sometimes ATC does give shortcuts, right? If there's not much traffic. Pilot to ATC doesn't do that, unfortunately. That would be pretty cool. We can simulate that at one point. Max 250 knots at AMSOS. Okay, that's fine. Can you get some food, please? Night landing. My sentiments exactly. But don't let the passengers hear that. Thor ran away with all the food, unfortunately. That's why he was such in a hurry to leave. Looking good. Yeah, I think he really fixed the computer a lot, because I remember before there was like a tendency for the Zibo to like go to idle and then throttle up and then go to idle again. It's like a zigzagging speed, not just a casual descent. It's a steady descent. Thank you for following and welcome to the channel. Hang tight, we are getting close to landing. So, and I can make no assurances. Especially at night. I don't think I've done a landing at night yet with an airliner. There we go. Max 250 knots all throughout. Nobody can see mistakes in the dark. That's the bright side, or should we call it dark side? Yeah, that's the only advantage. Mistakes will not be as obvious. We are 40 miles away from Warsaw, but that's assuming it's a straight line. Actually, we are, where do you see, 91 track miles away, 90 track miles away, based on our SID, our flight plan. Good night, Jay. Sleep it off. Oh, that's so hard. We get that tendency sometimes. Like Mrs. Clumsy and I would love to like order in the middle of the night, but it's not healthy, so we tend to just sleep it off. Not the best, but it kind of works. Looking good. Let me zoom in one more. Get a better view of what we're handling in here. 100 below. Is it now? Oh yeah, that's 100 below. Okay, so we are continuing our descent. We are good with the speed, maintaining 250 more or less. We have a look at active sky, and over at Warsaw International Airport we are at 1006, and yes indeed it is 1006 that the air traffic controller gave us. Perfect. Diesel point coming soon. Why? Max 220 knots at Osted. Ah, I see. Okay, we can do that. Also, I increased the tolerance of pilot to ATC a bit. Apparently you can change that. So remember the issue we had when we were turning left and the waypoint was like a few miles away, so we were not really touching the waypoint, we were not passing through it because we were turning ahead. That's how the Zibo behaves, and the pilot to ATC was recognizing that as veering off course. Apparently you can increase the tolerance of pilot to ATC so it doesn't complain if you do that. If it veers off course, you can increase the tolerance. It really helps. So now we don't hear pilot to ATC complaining anymore.
Contact Warsaw approach on 125.05. Enjoy your evening. Approach on 125.05 Clumsy 168.
Sounds good.
Approach Clumsy 168 descending to 3,800 feet.
Clumsy 168, good evening. Radar contact. Continue descent via the AGA 4 Victor arrival.
Reaching 10,000
approach
feet.
to runway 29 with the WA731 transition at Cheyenne.
Continue descent via the AGAV4 Victor arrival. For the RNAV approach to runway 29 with the WA731 transition Clumsy 168.
Look at that coolness. Cool lights. Goodness. It looks super cool. Have you checked out Innsbruck? I've heard many talking about it being a great approach experience. Yeah, that's true. I still have to download the ortho photos though. That's the Lowy airport, I think, the ICAO code. It's a very famous. And they say, I think it's a very challenging approach. Maybe at least if you do it, if you hand fly it. But that might be a very good next step, assuming we make it through this night landing. But yeah, mountains galore, that one. It would be a very good deal. It reminds you of so many things. Why do I feel like there's some Jadariness there somewhere? Is that based on memory? Look at how close we are to the runway. Turning right downwind, then base, then final. If you could have just do a shortcut and go straight to the final here, or to the base leg, that would be amazing. That would save tons of time. So if you look here, top of descent flight level 100 is still way there. Can you request that? I wonder if you can request that. Let's explore it a bit. I don't think pilot to ATC is that sophisticated. I'm hoping it is. But let me go through the different requests. Request direct to request clearance direct to ICAO code. So, not sure. Let's see. If you look here, that's Whiskey Alpha something X. No, that's Mapix. I think Mapix. Clumsy 168 request clearance direct to Mapix.
Clumsy 168, sorry, I cannot find the requested destination with code 88X. Say request again, please.
Clumsy 168 request clearance direct to Mapix.
Clumsy 168, sorry, I cannot find the requested destination with code Mike 8X. Say request again, please.
Let's try it this way. Direct to Mapix. By the time I type this, I'll be there already. Mike Alpha Papa India. Oh, you can spell it actually. Nice.
Clumsy 168 request clearance direct to Mike Alpha Papa India X-ray.
No comment.
Clumsy 168 cleared direct
Oh,
to
nice.
Mike Alpha Papa India X-ray then as filed.
Cleared direct to Mike Alpha Papa India X-ray then as filed. Clumsy 168.
It works. That's awesome. Perfect. They'll give it to you if you declare an emergency. Request shortcut. Gimme, gimme. There we go. Now, when do we start descending? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that helps a bit, right? That helps a bit. Nice. From here, start with the other checks. Terrain radar. Altimeter, not yet. Well, we are cleared of to 3,800, right? So I should be able to do that. Good. Looking good. Alright, let's prepare our passengers for landing. That's pretty cool. You can actually do a shortcut if you request for it. They won't give it to you immediately, but they allow for it. Tower in need, direct approach. Jay's hungry. Mayday, mayday, someone's hungry on my flight. Someone's being hungry. Okay, let's have a look here. Apex. Yeah, we saved that bit. So if you could have requested that way here in Ostet or in Kovam, straight to Enimo, direct to Enimo, that would be amazing, huh? That's pretty cool. Didn't know Pilot to ATC was capable of that. Hey Vince. Thanks man. Welcome. Glad you made it to the stream. Appreciate the kind words. How are you? You are just in time to make it for the clumsy landing at night. First time. First time landing at night. If you could even call it landing. You will see how it ends up. So minimums 680. Let's say 700. So by the time we reach, let me see, Whiskey Alpha 728, we can go below that. Whiskey Alpha 728 is well within inside. Okay, that's fine. Tell them. I should have requested a shorter shortcut. I was too liberal? No, too conservative. Too safe. But we're approaching. We are getting there. So I think I should be able to Turn left, 280 soon, or 290 rather. Perfect. Now the winds are 280 at 10 knots, so should be pretty good headwind. Just minimal crosswind there. So at least we have that going for us. We'll see how we see the lights though. Absolutely not seeing anything whatsoever at this moment. There we go. Nice. Look at that beautiful turn. Right on the magenta line. Jet bridge pizza delivery. That's the first thing that they'll bring in. Pizza. While waiting to disembark. 144. VRF is 144, VAP is 149. So I should set the speed tape there later. Looks like we also have traffic up ahead. 300 feet above us, or is that 3,000? I always get confused what those plus 39 means. I think it's 1,000. Yeah, looks like he's climbing. That's good. Stay away from me. Alright. Turning final. They should be switching us to tower soon. We're actually speeding a bit here. You know what? Let me go get some flaps in already. Approach slow and steady. Let's go up to flaps 5. There we go. We are within the yellow, the amber signs here. I think that means we cannot retract the flaps at this speed.
Clumsy 168 QNH is 1006 at Chapin, cleared for the ANAV approach to runway 29 at Chapin with the WA731 transition.
QNH is 1006 cleared
What is
for
this?
the RNAV approach to runway 29 with the WA731 transition. Clumsy 168.
What the heck is this? That's scary. OMG. Okay, we are clear. So we go and clear for the approach. So we go to the minimums. Perfect. Flaps 5. Approaching slowly here. Taking it slow. I think that was just a cloud cover, but the blinkiness of those clouds were pretty scary. Maybe it was just reflecting the strobe lights, huh? I was just too scared. I still don't see any evidence of the airport though, but it might be a render distance issue because of the frame rate issues I've been having. We'll see. We're still 16 miles away from the airport, so we do have some time still. Okay, leave it at flaps 5. Jay was sending Morse code signals ordering these. Very smart. Yeah, makes sense. Let's go and get that vertical thingy. That's pretty cool. Get a better look of where we are. Nice. Okay, we can start seeing something there. Starting to see something. Looking good so far. Oh, there it is. There's the runway, guys. There's the runway right there. Welcoming us in both arms. And here we go with clouds again. Jay, stop sending the Morse code. Oh my goodness. We'll feed you later. Ay ay ay. Did it lag? Oh my goodness.
Clumsy 168 QNH is 1006 at chip in contact tower on 118.3. Good day.
QNH is 1006 tower on 118.3 Clumsy 168.
Do you have any icing happening? Let me turn on anti-ice just to be safe because it is 6 degrees only. Oh, there it is. Whoa, there it is. Wait a minute, why is my co-pilot not doing anything? Pause. 118.3. Tower on 118.3. Wait, huh? It is. It's the same frequency in approach and tower, strangely enough. Tower Clumsy 168 inbound runway 29 for the RNAV approach. Yeah, I'm pausing because it seems like pilot to ATC is weirding out on me. Alright, have a good night, Scotsman. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Catch you in Amsterdam. Tower Clumsy 168 inbound runway 29. Clumsy 168. It is totally not responding to me anymore. Oh, what's happening with the winds as well? Look at all that vibing. Do we have maybe icing on the wings? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, look at that. Okay, scratch that. Forget the
2500
thing. Landing gear down. Landing gears are down. 3 green. Engine start switch. Continuous. Speed brake lever is armed. Recall. No warnings. Landing flaps. Flaps 30. Oh, very unstable. Very gusty maybe. Taxi lights are on. AQC reps. There is no single tutorial to flying a plane, unfortunately, but the X-Plane does have a very basic tutorial, so you can get flying in your first hour or so, but it would be pretty basic. The rest you will have to study. But it's great. It's a great experience, man. Highly recommend it. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Very gusty. Looks like we'll have... Oh, look at how gusty that is. Even the autopilot is having a hard time.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Burchell.
Okay, let's do this. All the throttle off. Okay, it's up to us. Clear to land. We say at least. It's not that gusty. I think Zibo is just having a problem. Oh no, it is gusty. Yeah, I can feel it just blowing me off course like that. But the visuals are good though. Someone set the thing to 3,000 feet. Forget it. Land first.
500. Approaching minimums. 400. Minimums.
Yeah, land.
300.
Looking good. Oh, I love the lights.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Land. Lovely. That was beautiful. Close enough. Hit it up like a Polish Christmas tree. Yeah, I am pretty happy with that landing. Even though air traffic control absolutely gave us a problem. Oh, I should have turned there. Oh, that's fine. Let's just roll to the end of the runway and turn there. GG. Yeah. Phew. Goodness. That was not too bad. I'll take it. Do it at night. Yeah, I think it helps because it's less scary that way. We'll have to check out the replay later once we make our way out of here. Yeah, look at air traffic control. Absolutely hung on me. GG, guys. How long is a flight? It's 1:1. There are ways to speed up the speed. To speed up the speed at which your plane is flying, to fast forward it basically, but yeah, it's 1:1. The map is the 1:1. Flaps up. Let's turn off the landing lights. I do like to taxi all the way to the gate, but I think we're out of time. Dang it. Would have been fun. Alright. And speed brake stowed. Weather radar can go off as well. Terrain radar can go off. If I can click it, there you go. And turn off the... Is that a plane? No, I'm not sure. And the strobes can also go off. Oi! Sorry. Oh, that's what happens when you don't look at the road. Hey, Matty. Thanks for joining the stream. I take it you saw that amazing fluke landing. Alright. I think I'm happy with that. Let's go and stop here, because I'll have to leave in a bit. But I do want to see the beauty of that landing. Let's have a look. But for that, we'll have to turn off pilot to ATC so we can replay in peace. bit wobbly. Look at that wobbliness. But that's how it is when you have a bit of gustiness there. Yeah, you see how the plane is just wobbling all throughout. It's like then no wind and then no wind again. But absolutely loving the lights here. I think I'm going to start making more night flights if it's this case. Like starting in the afternoon, making our way towards the destination at night, landing at night here. Now I'm seasick. That's the smoothest landing. There you go. Here we are. Is that a plane actually crossing? Wow. Runway incursion through the wind. That's so close. Not too bad. Not most in the center, but I'll take it. Goodness, I'll take it. Let's have a look at that from this angle. And for the flare. Where did we land, by the way? That's one thing I would want to know. Were we in the ideal spot at the very least? Let's rewind. Takes time to land at the center. Time and luck, in my case. The ideal spot was here. This one. We landed on the next trip. Yeah, not too bad. I'll take it. We could have landed. Yes. Alright. Speed brakes, reversers, and everything. Good. Alright, let's change the time. Can you do that here? And I mainly want to do that because I want to see how the airport looks like. At least we can see Warsaw in day. Because I think I downloaded an orthophoto scenery for this. So I would want to check it out before we go. Does it look like it though? It kinda does it? From zoomed out view like this, it's not too bad. Yeah, massive airport. Lovely. That's amazing. The lights look really good. Yeah, I must admit. I have not been doing so many night flights, but I think I will do more, especially offline. The airport itself does not look half bad. Goodness, that looks great. That looks really great. Alright. Hey da, made it just in time. We're about to end. Better late than never. Thanks for dropping by. But anyway, let's end the stream there, guys. Let's end it on a good note, where we did a reasonably acceptable landing. Let's word it like that. You're cleared to fly yourself to Poland. Thanks for flying with me, guys, and sorry for the delay in the beginning. But happy to have had the chance to show you some pics and vids. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it as always, and thanks for moderating, Alex and Jay. And thanks to everybody. If you have new friends, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. Is there an exclamation point YouTube? I think so. Check out my other vids there. And in case you want to view the entire footage of this stream, everything is on YouTube. So by tomorrow, I will be posting the footage here. Thanks. Have a good night. Thanks, Alex. And I'll catch you in 2 days. Clumsy flying. And bye-bye. Thanks for being here.